And you just made a sea of oil.
Yeah,
In the kitchen.
oil, yeah,
Okay.
and just
And I'm sure everyone was happy and amused.
it was terrible. Like it really was awful.
Ty, thank you so much for being on the Dammit Danii podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I am so excited to have you here. I've wanted you here for the past few months. This has finally worked out. I need you to help me with something, though.
Okay.
We're going to pronounce your last name together.
Oh, wait, you did pronounce it funny with somebody. Oh, what did you say? What did you say? Do you remember how you said it?
Fuck.
'Cause
Probably,
I wanna hear it.
probably
Just
very
go.
wrong.
Just try to say it.
Danzuso. Shit. And so we were talking about this. I was like, how do you think you pronounce it?
Yeah.
And I don't want to offend you because it's your last name.
No. People always do have trouble with it. It's Danzuso.
Danzuso.
Yeah.
Danzuso.
Which is kind of weird. It sounds like there's two Z's in it, sort of. Danzuso. You know what I mean?
It does.
But there's just one, and there's an S at the end.
And I'm going to be very honest with you.
I guess it's Danzuso.
Danzuso.
It's not. I don't even know my last name. Danzuso. I was saying Danzuso.
I get you to fuck up your own last name.
That's what just happened right now. You got my head a little bit about it. But no, it's Danzuso.
Danzuso.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Also, like anytime I'm trying to like look up your Spotify, I always fucking spell it wrong. Like I
Yeah.
always spell it wrong. And I'm like, why?
Low key, I'm like, why didn't I just like make some like like trendy name for myself? But like I don't know. I like having my name as like my artist name because I don't. A lot of artists will like when they're like 50, they're like, I just want people to know my real name, and end up like going to their name anyways. Like Childish Gambino, I'm pretty sure is doing that.
Is he really?
He's just like, I'm done with the Childish Gambino stuff. Like my name's Donald Glover. Like so, like I don't know. I'm just skipping that whole phase.
I think that's probably a good idea. I feel like once you're committed, like you have to be committed.
Yeah.
Like if you
right.
like,
And that was the thing too. It's like, what am I gonna change all my stuff? Like
that's a lot of
people
work.
do that, but
Handles
I'm
and
lazy.
names, and that's too much.
it's too much. I agree.
If you picked a name, what would it be?
I definitely had like a notebook full of ideas when I first started like coming up with an artist name or whatever. But I couldn't even think of one. They were all really stupid though. For sure. So I'm glad I can't remember. I'm glad I didn't because that's something I probably regret at that younger age. Like. Yeah, can't regret my name that much. It's not even my fault.
Right.
I didn't even choose this.
You're like, it's my identity,
Yeah,
and like
I didn't even ask for this.
I'm so upset about
I'm
it.
just embracing it, basically.
You have to. You got to embrace your name. It's
So yeah, that's part of it too, I guess.
very, very true. When did you start doing like putting music out? So like, how early would it have been that you would have like made a name?
So I guess that was probably close to like definitely 4 years, maybe close to 5 now.
Okay.
It was like dropping songs on like SoundCloud and stuff and YouTube like 22, 21. I'm 26 now.
Okay.
So yeah, a good bit now. Yeah, a couple years.
So definitely a few
Put some
years.
time in with it, yeah.
And the early like 20s could be a little dangerous, like to pick a name out.
Right.
That's a dangerous
Even
time.
looking back on the music, I'm like, eh. I mean, like, it is what it is, It captures
Right.
me then, but like, eh.
Well, it shows your
just feel that
growth.
way. Yeah, it's growth. That's how you gotta view it because that's really what it is. But yeah, it's just like you said, you change so much and
You
you're
do.
different. So different when you're in your young 20s. I mean, let's say I'm in my young 20s still now. It's like mid 20s, but
You're mid
still,
20s.
You're definitely different. You change 6 months, you're a different person. You know what I mean?
And especially in your 20s, like
Yeah.
the 20s are just a battlefield. They are wild.
Yeah, it's a battlefield, and it's crazy. So, yeah, a lot of change. And that's, why I just stuck with Ty Danzuso.
It's a good choice.
Thank you.
Very good
I
choice.
appreciate it.
So did your style change? Like, did your like style influences change from then to now?
For sure, but I think what changed more was like how the music was being made. Like I started
Okay.
off with just like simple stuff, like just sounds that were on the computer and samples, and not working with a lot of live musicians and different musicians. But as that went on, I met people and I got new instruments and I built a little studio and I was able to like make the music I wanted to make. So
Yeah.
the style was always changing, but it was more like the factors that like that went into the creation really changed, and that shaped the whole like outcome, and I think always does kind of.
Oh, for sure. I mean, people's perspectives too change a lot. So when you're working with like different artists, and I'm sure, you start collaborating with people, I'm sure it starts to evolve as well.
Yeah, for sure. That too, like just having a musician come in and play like a part on a song, like boom, song's so different now. It's like got a little piece of them in it too, so that's cool. And you're spot on with that.
So I feel like you play a lot of instruments as well. Like,
like decently play a few. Guitar is like what I'm most proficient and comfortable on. Picked that up at like a younger age, so I've just years and years of playing it, and I think that's like what it is. Like, I mean, you obviously should know music theory and all the know-hows of ins and outs of it, but if you just play and get really comfortable on an instrument, I think that's like a really good start. Because like when I go to the piano, I've only been playing for like 2 years.
okay.
I can do some stuff on it, like play chords and create melodies and stuff, but I'm not as comfortable as I am on a guitar, and like I think that's just like really important when like picking up an instrument, because it just, especially when you're writing songs,
Right.
that's like step one, like just being comfortable enough to like play and let something naturally come out instead of forcing shit.
Right, for sure. So with guitar, did someone teach you or were you self-taught?
I did like lessons for maybe a year or two. Pretty young. I wasn't like learning stuff fast. And when you're young, you want to play cool shit, and you're not good.
You just want to hop right to it. Like you don't want to like
you just want to be
practice
right away. And that was a thing too, where one of my sister's boyfriend was over and was just like ripping Jimi Hendrix, and I was just like, whoa, dude, like how are you doing this? And he was just like tablature. It's like these things called tabs. It's like an easy way to like learn songs on guitar, basically.
Okay.
It's like instead of notes on the staff, it's 6 lines and a number on each line of what finger to put on each line, basically.
Oh, I've heard of this. I never knew what it was.
Yeah, that's all. It's very easy way to learn songs. So that basically just like changed everything. I quit guitar lessons and was like, I'm learning what I want now. And yeah, I do know some music stuff, like very basic stuff, but yeah, I really do just play by a lot of like feel and ear and like just that kind of stuff, just off.
Which I feel like that's where the talent lies. Like if you can just hear things.
Yeah, it can hurt me in certain aspects, like jamming with like really trained musicians, like they're like throwing out like theory and like playing this key or do this, and I'm just like, you're playing this. Like when I'm playing with really good people, they're like, just do this, like just like name these notes I should be playing. I'm just like, man, like I don't know what you want me like maybe like if we sing out the melody I could play it or something. Like I work better that way, but yeah, I don't know. That's just something I can always practice and get better at, though. That's why I look at the music theory side of things. Like, you have your whole life to learn those types of stuff, those things. It shouldn't hold you back from creation, is what I'm trying to say.
Very true. It shouldn't.
Yeah, anybody, like that. Just, even if you have a little bit of knowledge, it's like, all right, well, 2 chords, you can write a song then. Like, it's simple as that.
I love the videos that you post on TikTok and Instagram, like the little like mini songs that you do.
Yeah, I haven't done those in a while, but those are really cool. Those were cool, like way to keep me like motivated.
They're so well produced too.
Because I'm not like a good content person.
Really?
No,
you would think you're not?
I'm terrible. I'm the worst content person. Compared to like people like shout out Stevie, who's really good at it.
Stevie, a friend of the show.
Yeah, like he's awesome at it, and like he kind of inspires me to want to get better at it. But yeah, I just can't like do those types of videos where it's like I can't put that much thought into my video of like angle and just like or what's gonna work. Like I don't know. He's good at that, just like having his finger on the pulse. Like I just want to make music, and the beat videos are a good way for me to just do that and like just film it, and it's like easy that way.
Well, TikTok's good for that because it doesn't have to be super long. So it's like you can just make something quick, which it's never quick. Like it's a lot of work to make these videos.
That's
like
what I mean too.
I don't think
aspect. I'm so
it is like it's another job.
Yeah, so I don't. That always like kind of holds me back from the whole TikTok and Instagram hustle. But I do like to do that because it's like I don't know, it pushes me to like make something and not be like this is my new song or this is my next album. Like it's just something I made that day, which is cool.
It is. It's very cool.
It's like healthy almost. Like you don't have to be like
Well, and I
keep
think
doing
if you're
your-
not obsessing about it too, it is
Yeah.
healthier. Like you're focusing on what's important, the music.
Right, and it's just like a fun exercise basically at that point. So
Right.
that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for saying that.
Of
I'm glad
course.
you enjoy those.
Of course. And you have the best like studio. It is so cool. It's such a good
Thank you.
vibe in there. Like
Thank you.
it's definitely an artistic vibe. Like when you walk in, like you can feel your good energy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. That place is cool. Like, it's more of like a hang. Like, I wanted it to be more like a studio, like running sessions, like how ID, not like ID Labs, obviously, but like that kind of thing. Like, just having people in there, like, booked up day in, day out.
Right.
But it just didn't work out that way, really. And now it's just more like a playground for like the friends and myself to just like show each other songs and play, make new songs. And I do have occasional stuff like where people want beats or will come in and record, but it's not like every day. Like, you know, I have another job and that kind of stuff. So,
Right.
but I do love that space.
It's a nice
Thank you
space.
for saying that, because it is all about just like dropping everything and just being able to like have fun and make something cool.
And be in your zone for
Yeah,
sure.
For sure, yeah. It's kind of like, feels like you're kind of like, I'm sure for other people it's more like an escape for them to come to my spot, because it's like up on the mountain, random spot. A lot of people don't even know where it's at.
It's very random,
It
I
is.
will say.
It's just, like, up on the hill.
It's on a mountain, I feel like. But it's a gorgeous view of the city.
Yeah, and it's got the cool views, so it's like a cool escape for people to come and just make something different, I guess.
Or, you know, if someone needs a theme song for a podcast and,
Yes.
you know, they're like, hey, can you make me a beat for my
Yeah, you have a
podcast?
pretty good podcast song.
Yeah, I do have a really nice podcast song made by a local artist whose last name I'm scared to say again.
Danzuso.
Danuzio.
I don't know. The one teacher would say I was like I was Japanese or something.
What?
Danzuso would like say it like, that's why I was thinking it was Danzuso for a second, because he would always say like put an emphasis on the Z's.
I'm scared to do it again.
Danzuso.
Danzuso. I'm going to do this the entire episode, and I
That was-
apologize.
No, that was good. That was.
Hey Ty, can you move the mic just a little bit closer to you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Perfect, thanks, man.
But like I was so happy because it's almost like you knew what I wanted. Like I gave you nothing. I was like, I want a song. I gave you nothing to work off of. I felt so bad, but it was like, I trust you. I trust the process.
Yeah,
And-
no, I did like 6 to 8 like little loop ideas. I think I might have showed you a few that day, but
You did.
yeah. So like I wasn't like one and done with that. That would have been impressive, I feel like. But
You're like, I got it.
yeah, that
No
would've
need
been-
to come
It
in.
might have been like the second or third one now, but no, it was like a handful of ideas. But I did have like a general idea just because of the stuff that like I've seen you post, and you know I was like creeping on you after you asked me to do it because I want to figure out your vibe.
You got to do research,
Yeah,
right? For sure.
exactly. That's what you do.
We call stalking research. You know, I do the same thing for the
Yeah,
podcast.
exactly. So yeah, I saw that you like pop punk basically. So
Mhm.
that was the vibe. I was like, all right, and that was what we did.
And honestly, like even like the other options you showed me, I really liked, but the one that like we obviously chose was like my absolute favorite. I
Yeah,
love
and,
that
like,
song.
You guys did some cool stuff with it for the intro too, right? Like
Mhm.
with JD, did he do that, or what? Did you do that?
I did not do that.
Who did all that?
Producer did that.
Oh, you did that.
Producer Larry did that.
Sweet. I like how you guys like manipulated it and like worked it with like everything. It just it ended up even being better the way you did it. So
And I get compliments on the song all the time.
that's sweet.
Like everyone loves it. So
yeah, I love that because that was really cool and like a good way for me to use my studio the way I intended it when I first started. It.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was really cool.
well, perfect. It worked out both ways then.
Yeah, seriously, and it's cool to like see the growth too for you from then to now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This has been a work in progress for sure, but when you love something and you keep doing it, you know, you just hope that it gets better each time.
No, I think it does. I think you're really good at interviewing people. I was like really excited to just like hear your questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Mount Troyan.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to know the things.
I was just there making burgers, cheesesteaks. It was fun.
So you hold a lot of shows there.
Yes.
I've noticed like a lot of like open mics, a lot of regular
Yeah.
shows.
Like in the past year, it's like that was something I wanted to like do more to keep myself busy there. Like just book as much as I can. I basically put out there anyone can have a show, and we're not going to charge them, but they can do door charge, or like we have like a drink charge, and they get that at the end of the night or whatever. And
Okay.
it's like a mutually beneficial thing. Like if they bring in a lot of people, we obviously do good, and then they do good because they
Bring
have
the
a door
people.
charge or whatever. Yeah.
I kind of wondered how that worked.
Yeah, because it's been a good way to like bring in people that don't like. Some people that just have like a flat out rate.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool and all, but like they don't always bring out like a lot of people, and we have to like take that hit when that happens. So it's kind of like a mutual like respect type deal.
Right.
Yeah. But we've had like some cool like out of town acts even in the past year.
Really?
Like this bluegrass band that was like basically just like these three drifters. They were really cool guys, but they like rocked the house. They had a full like they brought out a full bar. It was so cool. Yeah, so I really like doing the live shows, and it's just been a fun way to like do other stuff than cook, basically.
Right. You don't want to like cook burgers all the time. Like it's nice to, do something a little bit different.
Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, and you'll probably see a lot more. We do the open mic like tried to every month.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Don't you do comedy now?
I do.
You got to come to a set at the Mount Troyan then.
I will definitely
We've only
do
had,
that.
Like, 2 comedians in like the 6 we've had.
Really?
Yeah, and Jeff still hasn't come done one yet. I'm
Jeff.
trying to get him going. Yeah.
Maybe
So,
Jeff and I need to make
yeah,
an appearance.
That's what I was gonna tell Jeff. Like, bring a crew, like, because it's really cool room. Like, it's fun. We got like this. Did you see the stage when you were there? Or no.
I don't think I actually walked in.
Oh really?
I've seen pictures of it, but I don't.
I met you at the bar.
Was I there?
I met you in front of
my
my
God,
bar.
I
I'm
was
pretty
there.
sure. Yeah, I think it was the first time.
Just kidding. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
but yeah.
Sometimes I'm not super observant.
That's so
Like I'm so used to seeing pictures of it online that like
Sure.
I think I'm just like
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're there in spirit. We're all there.
We're all there.
Yeah, in the cloud or wherever. But yeah, I think you were there.
It's
and
embarrassing.
I don't know what for though. I can't remember that either. It was like a comedy show. Maybe when me and Jeff did the all art show. We don't do that.
It was
anymore.
the all art show.
That was
That's
probably, like, the
right.
end days of that.
Yes. So that doesn't.
It's just because like our conflicting schedules. No, not really doesn't happen. But like I'm trying to make that like vibe kind of exist with open mic, like comedy
Yeah.
and music. But it's just been hard to get comedians up there. But
Well, that's very cool to know because I honestly thought it was all music.
yeah, it really started that way. But then we were like, we should totally. It's just an open mic because the person I do with Victoria, she used to run one in Hambones, like a really successful one.
Heard of Ham Bones?
Yeah, it was like a great one where they had a nice mix of everything and just packed every time they had it. And she wants to just like create the same vibe at our spot. And I was like, yeah, I'm so down with that.
Hell yeah, count me in.
It's a similar room, so like, we could do it.
I think this could happen. This could be a thing.
They really could. We usually do it on Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good day for you, but
I'm always off on Saturdays, so great day.
yep.
Let's make some things happen.
December 10th.
Perfect.
All right, you're
See you
committing
then.
yourself. It's
I'm committing myself on
literally on
here.
record
I
right
know. So I can't back out
Yeah.
unless like, I get RSV or whatever is going around right now,
That's true.
which
You always get something.
yeah, I will not. I'm just joking. Okay, so I definitely want to talk about that. Also, a post that you did that I thought was really cool was the self-care day. I think you did it a few weeks ago now. You posted a story of
that
like
was
just
a good
all
one.
these different things that you did.
Yeah, that
I
was
loved
cool.
it.
Thank you.
Like I thought that was such a
appreciate
cool
that.
idea.
That was a cool day. I needed that day. That was real though.
I like the one you're like smoking a cigarette and I'm like, fuck yeah, Ty.
It was part of the self-care. You gotta take care of yourself sometimes. Smoke a cigarette.
Like you're just living your best life. Like I just
yeah. That day was like, it was like midday. I was like drunk at like 2:00.
it was like a Tuesday or something random.
Yeah. Just had the day off, and I'll do that sometimes. Just take the day.
You have to.
Yeah, and just shut down. Which is like, I feel bad because like people hit me up a lot. Like, I feel like are more driven to do music, and
Yeah.
that's okay. Like I can be that way sometimes, but I really do have to just shut off and have days of myself sometimes. And like Mark will always hit me up like and be mad, like I want to go to the studio or want me to come out my house, and I'll just be like,
Are we talking about Mark the Bull?
Mark the Bull.
I
yes.
feel like he's probably very like just this.
yeah, I
like
mean, he
he's just
works,
you can tell
yeah.
he's just constantly
He
going.
works like no one I know really. Like it's pretty insane. Like we were just together. I mean, Saturday we were just chilling, but like the next day he wanted to get in the studio. I mean, like I'm exhausted from just chilling. Like
Right.
we didn't even do any like music or anything, but I don't know. That's just me like recently kind of like going through a creative like resurgence, sort of like rebuilding everything, like starting from scratch, I guess. So
It's important
I'm
to
figuring
do
it
that. Like you have to take the time for yourself because if you don't, you'll literally go insane.
yeah, no, for sure. I haven't released music in like a year. I'm supposed to release a song, but I just didn't.
Do you have a
release it.
song to release?
I have a song, but it's not like I don't have artwork or like it's not mastered.
He needs it. It's fine.
I know, but it was like I said I was gonna release it. I had like a date and everything, and I was just talking to Stevie Flowers about this too. I was like, and he was saying the same thing. He was like, people aren't like banging on our door for these songs, and I was like, yeah, I mean it's true. Like they're not because I just said I was putting out a song and I didn't put it out, and it was like, where's that song, Ty? But like people are into it, but it's just like oversaturation with music and like it's basically mentality for me at least. Like I'll admit this that it's like I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah.
And I think that applies to a lot of people because, like, we're all just busy and going through shit.
Oh, for sure.
Well,
I
we're not, like-
push everything off to the last second. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, maybe I should do that.
Absolutely. So, like, I don't even, like, expect or, like, put too much on that anymore where I'm like, all right, song's got to be out now. And, like, it's got to be perfect. But it's just, like, when it happens, it happens. Like, I'm just excited to have a song. That's what I was saying to them the other day. I was like, they're showing me like these songs on songs, like and like these amazing songs. Like,
Yeah.
these are so good. I was blown away. I was grateful that they showed me, but then I was just like, yeah, I have like one song. I have like this one song that's done.
I won.
Yeah, it's cool. I've been working on it for like 4 months. It's cool. But yeah, and I didn't even show them.
You didn't show them?
No, because I was just like, I'm just in my head all the time. Like I think Mark might have heard some of it or whatever, but I don't know. It's just more me like not having that same like confidence they have right now with their music, and that's important, I think. And like I'm just trying to figure that out.
Well, and I think it's not an added pressure to feel like you have to put something out all the time and then maybe not being
100%,
happy with something that you just were like, I have to put this out.
Right.
So I don't know. That's another way to think about it too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I definitely don't even like put the pressure on myself anymore with like releases. Like it has to be something. It's more like I made something I like.
Yeah.
And now I want to share it. But it's hard not to feel, I guess, the pressure when you're with guys that are in like they are like gonna be famous musicians. Like I believe in them that much. I really do. I think in a year they'll both be doing music full time.
They're doing great
Without
things.
a doubt.
Yeah.
Like, without a doubt. And I can't say the same thing for myself. And I think that's okay. It's just like I don't think they really realize that. Like Mark like sees me as an equal, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm grateful, but like I don't always see myself that way. And I mean that's a self-confidence problem, but like it's just I'm just keeping it real with you know. Like,
right.
It's just how it is. Like it's something you can work on, I think, and I am, but I was telling him, I was like, I just gotta believe in it myself first before, like, I'm not asking for you to, like, say I'm great or I'm good or whatever. Like, I'm really not. I just want to believe it, like, myself.
Right.
So, I don't know. That's where I've been with, like, creative everything lately.
Well, it makes sense. Like, I think everyone goes through that with, like, their jobs or their hobbies or whatever. Like, you just go through a time where you're just like, am I doing the right thing? Am I confident in this? Do I want to
doing
keep
it the right way?
Right. Am I doing it the way I want to?
That's what it
like
was for me. And I think I am getting to the place where I'm like, I can have it all. I can figure it out. Do it the way I want. It's just like I got to sit down and like slap myself sometimes and be like, come on, Ty. Like,
let's go.
yeah, like, let's go. Like, write out a schedule. Like, I'm not good at that sometimes. Like,
Ew, I hate a schedule,
days
and
will
I
just
have to do it.
pass.
Ugh.
And I'm like, what? Like, November just passed? Like, it
I
was
can't believe
nothing.
tomorrow's December.
It
I
is-
literally
tomorrow?
cannot.
Like,
You know?
I just don't understand. So, yeah, I struggle with that. Like, you know, staying on my shit. I think we all do, though.
I relate to that a lot. I totally get it. Yeah. So when you're talking about a resurgence, do you think you're going to switch up your style? Like, because I think you have such a unique style.
I mean, the new song's kind of different. And,
Okay.
like, it's probably, like, the most, like, I was trying to explain this to Jeff. I was like, it's alive. Like, this song.
It's alive.
I was like, this recording is so alive. Like, there's so much going on. Like, I'll talk about it a little bit because, like, at least I can talk about it. I
Right.
don't have it. Show
We would
anybody.
love to hear it, but like we can talk about it.
Exactly. Let's talk about it. Like, I was just like me singing like guitar and playing on my couch basically, and then like I was singing the chorus and I was like, this is good. I like it. It was like the first thing I liked in like weeks. I went to the studio, recorded that, laid down some stuff around it, and then like my buddy Colin, who's an amazing drummer, has like this sick drummer setup, sent me live drums for it, and like they're so good. He's like my
Ooh.
personal Travis Barker, like for real. Like
You gotta have one of those.
he's just like amazing. He transforms every song I send him. So I sent him that, and he sent it back. I had this kid Ethan who plays trumpet come in and just like he's amazing. Like the way I'm singing and he's playing trumpet and we're like it's like a dance. It's so nice. Like it's the coolest thing I've ever heard. He's just like I'll sing a melody and he'll just copy it on the trumpet. And it's like
What?
just something really cool. And I don't like I'm a music nerd, so like this shit was like I'm just in my apartment. Like he came over and we did that, and like he's just laying down trumpet takes, and I'm just like, my life's so fucking cool right now. Like I just get to walk around my
Yeah.
apartment, get high, and listen to this kid play trumpet. Like it was just that's why I love working with live musicians, because like a lot of people don't make songs like that anymore, and it just feels so real when you do it that way. Like the recording like feels like we're all sitting in the same room, when in reality it was just me and him. I didn't even then I had my buddy send bass in, and he just recorded one take, and they all just did one take over it. So it's like we basically sat there, and I don't know, I'm all about like trying to recreate like a sound of an old recording
Yeah.
like that they made like when they would just record as bands. So I think this song is like the closest I've ever gotten to that, and that's why I'm like all excited about it.
I'm really excited to hear it now.
I
Like
think
you're
it's
talking
really
about all the
cool.
different components of it, like the trumpet. Like
Oh,
what?
I love the trumpet. It's so good. It's my first song that has trumpet, and I'm like so excited about it just because this kid's amazing. I don't know why I call him a kid. He's an adult man. I do
This
that with
kid,
everyone though, because
he's
like, I'm still in
37.
like kid mode, like where I'm like I'm a kid, you're a kid.
I'm almost
Do you
30,
do that
and I'm
though?
like,
But do you do
yes.
that still?
I'm not an adult, but like I
what
am
I'm
like
saying. I'm
an
like-
adult woman, and I'm like I don't feel like it at all.
I need to cut that out.
Like I need a grown up. I feel like I need supervision sometimes.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, it would really
For
help
me.
me a lot in my life for someone to be like, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do that.
No, I need
Guidance.
that. Not just guidance. Any type. Help me. Please.
That's literally how I feel every single day. I'm glad we can, relate to that. Both feel like we're children.
We're relatable.
Yes, we are relatable.
Mhm.
Are you ready?
Damn it.
Speaking of relatable,
Moment.
damn it moment.
Damn it, moment. All right, yeah. Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right.
Is this going to be bar
It's
related?
going to be bar related.
Yes.
Just because I have like two. I feel like they're both short because, like I said, my memory is iffy. So I'll
Okay.
give you two from the bar.
Love
Today, I was changing the fryer oil. And this one like just flew back into my brain because I was like, whoa, yeah, this happened. And I was like, oh, I could talk about this because like it's something, I don't know. Like if you don't know this by now, like cooks, they get high. They smoke weed. Like spoiler alert, people. Cooks smoke
I
weed.
did not know that until I worked in a restaurant
Really?
this year. And I was like, oh, this is all making a lot of sense.
Yeah. They all. I mean, it is rare. I mean, every cook that I've worked with has smoked weed, and I smoke weed. Spoiler alert.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, it's just a different vibe in a kitchen.
Yeah, 100%. But like, this is where it could hurt. Hurt you is what I'm trying to say. So when I was like, I was probably like 18 or 19, just starting at the bar. Had to be one of the first times I was even changing the fryer oil, and I had to be so high because like to just do this is ridiculous. Like I pull the lever to like open the gates, like basically
Open the gates.
like basically that's what you're doing. You open the gates to get the oil out, and the bucket's not that big. You have to watch it and shut it like pretty quickly. And yeah, like I don't know what I was doing. Like probably just like scrolling through Instagram or something. Like
As you're
high as
actively-
shit, like, and it's just running. Like the whole fryer just empties onto the whole kitchen floor, like straight, almost like an inch of grease throughout the whole kitchen. And it definitely created like a huge fight between me and my dad. That was definitely funny. I wish I could remember more about that fight, but it was just like, yeah, a real, like, that whole era of the bar was like a damn it year.
Damn it. Did your dad own the bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys own the bar.
Yeah, we own the bar.
Okay.
We got it,
For
like, we bought it, like,
context.
9 years ago.
Okay.
Like coming up this year, I think.
And you just made a sea of oil
Yeah.
in
a
the
sea of
kitchen.
oil, yeah.
Okay.
And just
And I'm sure everyone was happy and amused.
it was terrible. Like it really was awful. Like cleaning that up sucked, and it was definitely like a 3-4 hour process. Like it
How do
was
you even
awful.
clean that up?
Just
like
endless soaking up with rags and then
Ugh.
scraping and mopping, just layers of grease.
that one sounds disgusting, and two, like I'm just imagining the smell.
Oh, the smell's the worst because you're obviously changing. It's dirty. It's so gross. But yeah, I've kind of become like immune to it at this point. I've changed a lot of fryers in my day. I'm a pro now. That's something that would never happen again, no matter how high I am.
So you can scroll Instagram actively
I could do it
and
all
change
now.
the fryer
now.
now.
I got a bigger bucket, so I'm good.
Perfect.
I am good. But yeah, that one was rough. And then the other one with the bar, see, like I wish like I had a recording and audio of this one because this was like early All Art Show days, and it was a good show and everything. And I just remember like looking down at the bar and like seeing my brother like towering over this guy, like, and it looked intense. And I was like, what's going on? Like I walked down there and I'm just like, what's up? I'm like, my brother's just like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Like he's talking shit like on our dad. He's saying shit like about dad, like saying all this shit out of line. I'm like, whoa, like 2 steps back, like what's going on? Like, let me talk to you. Like, and when my brother's like drunk and wants to fight, like I'm probably the only one that can reason with him.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna try to because I didn't want to fight at the All Art Show. It was like
Understandable.
It was like the one night I'm like trying to keep it cool.
It's not the vibe there.
It's not the vibe
It's
at
an
all.
all art show.
It's not the vibe at all. Everyone was like chill painting in the back. Like
You don't want to
making
throw
music.
hands.
Yeah, and he's just like wanted to fight this guy so bad, and I just thought it was comical for me at least because I've never had to like really reason with people like and be like, is this worth it? Like,
Right.
and like really talk people down. Like, and then I had to go talk to the guy he was gonna fight, and like I had to reason with him.
Wait, what? You had to like mentor
I
like
went
the
to
fight?
both people. I'm telling you, like this was like an actual like it wasn't the only fight I've broken up there, but it was the only time where I've had to like actually just like sit and talk with people. This probably took like two hours maybe.
Did you feel like Dr. Phil, like
I
just kind of
weirdly
going
did.
back and
I
forth?
really did. I was just like for this guy's sake, I didn't want him to have to fight my brother, and for my brother's sake, I'm just like, why? Like, why are we doing this
Right.
now?
Like, sir, is now the time?
I would kill to have the audio of me just the talk down of me just like basically like, come on, man, like, just like, what is it worth it? Like, is it worth it right now? Do we have to do this? And why ruin my show? That's what I was all pissed about. I was
Right.
like, I'm just trying to have an art show.
I'm trying to organize this art show, just have a nice peaceful
at the point I was trying to
moment.
explain that to the guy. I was like, I have this show here. I'm like literally breaking it down for him that like I'm just don't want this to ruin my thing.
You're like, there's people painting in the back. Like, can we just like not?
And
Like,
I
can
remember
we-
people looking and being like, "What the fuck?" Because it was like this close to actually happening, and it really did kind of ruin the night, low key, and it didn't even happen.
Well, it's understandable because it's not like a super big space. So like, I'm sure people like were kind of like,
everyone was tuned in.
what's
Everyone
going
was like,
on?
"Where's Ty the past hour?"
Right.
Calming,
Mediating.
men down from fighting.
Talking people down from fighting. And like when people are drinking too, it's like you just feel like you can't like reason with them. Or if like you're drinking, it's like, am I even saying anything that makes sense?
That's the thing. I don't think I was drunk, which is good. But yeah, they were. My brother was drunk, and like you said, you can't reason with people. It's like.
You're just like, no, not right now. They're like,
Yeah.
yes, now. And it's
They're
like,
just
now it's
they're
not
like a
the
child,
time. Yes.
basically. It's like they don't understand reason.
It's literally what it's like. It's like just like dealing with a child. It's like, no, not right now. It does not need to happen.
Thankfully, that's like the least of like any trouble at the bar. I mean, we've had not the least. I mean, we've had like real fights. So like that's like problem avoided.
So
like,
what happens when
problem
there's a
solved.
bar fight? I would love to know.
The worst one. It was like. I think it had to be Christmas related because the tree went down.
Oh,
And
God.
I remember looking at this footage. It was fucking crazy. Like these two guys were going at it. It was one of our bartender's boyfriend, and some other random, I don't know what it was about. I wasn't there, but I watched the footage multiple times because it was so fucking funny. And my dad just in between these two guys, just they're all going down. They all run into the tree. And then this dude is on top of this other guy. And you just see him go down and bite his fucking face. And he rips like a good chunk of his cheek off. And the dude had to go, like, it was the bartender's boyfriend that got his cheek ripped off. He had to go to the hospital that night. There ended up being like a lawsuit. We had to bring the footage to court. It was like the most intense fight that ever happened. At
He
our bar.
lost his cheek?
Yeah, dude ripped, like, went down and just, like, who Mike Tyson styled him, just bit in. That was the nastiest ever got. But that was, like, early. We haven't had fights in a long time. Like, it's a cool, chill spot now. This is, like, a long time ago. Like
it was a long time ago.
Dammit years in the early days.
Well, that makes sense.
We didn't know, we were just our first business. We were just figuring things out.
Right. And with like a bar,
Fight.
Yeah, people fight and bite
Yeah.
other people's cheeks off.
Ain't alive, man.
It's fine. The Christmas tree goes down.
Now we have like mini ones.
For the safety of everyone involved.
My dad said that this year. He was like, I don't like Christmas trees in the bar. I was like, why? He's like, they always start fights. It's like, they start fights or are they just like a part of the fights?
Like, who like sits at the bar and like, that fucking tree just really pisses me off?
I don't know. You never know.
I guess you don't ever know. Or like, I don't know. Maybe if someone's just having a rough Christmas, a rough holiday season, it's not a good reminder. It's hard to say. I'm sure. Yeah, I feel like you've seen a lot of wild things. I feel like that's very wild.
Yeah, that like I said, I wasn't actually there for that one. I have seen some wild shit.
I feel like if you were, you might be in therapy.
Yeah, I mean, I should probably be. Regardless.
Fine.
We'll get there.
It's on the list,
Yeah,
right?
It is on the list. It's on the to-do list with learning music theory. Go to therapy.
You're like, I'll just, next month.
I don't even keep a real list. It's just up here. I'm telling you, people are actually good with that. Like, you got your notebook.
I take notes.
I'm not good at it.
There's very few aspects of my life that I do this, and this is one of them because, I kind of have to have my shit together.
For sure. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
I feel like to take notes. But
sometimes it's just chaos. It's just whatever ends up happening.
Yeah, I've been embracing the chaos lately.
That might be my tag for 2023. Just embrace the chaos. It's fine.
It's definitely interesting.
All right, Ty. So why don't you shout out where people can find you when this new song comes out that, we would all really love to hear when that's going to be out.
Right. Let's shout that out. Well, you can find all my music at Ty Danzuso. TYDANZUSO. Not Danuso. What did you say?
Oh, God.
What did you say, though? Just say it.
Danuso. I said Danuso.
Yeah. But
and
what is
Danzuso.
Yes. We got it. All right.
If I could accomplish one thing today, that's what I wanted to accomplish.
Mission accomplished. Yep. So Ty Danzuso, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to music, it's there. I think SoundCloud. I don't keep that up to date anymore. Sorry. Yeah, YouTube. It's just as free. So if you want to check that out, and then. What else? The song. The song. I'm actually waiting to hear back from a friend about some art. That'll be cool. And then I do have my engineer lined up for it. I just gotta send it to him. I'm just being lazy. I literally just gotta put the files in a folder and send it off.
So maybe we do that. Press send.
Yeah. It's gonna be out by Christmas, and that's a guarantee. Right
Okay.
Now. Yeah.
So you also are committing.
I'm committing
on this podcast.
Yes.
I'll see you on the 10th. We need to see a song by Christmas Day.
Yep.
And I will make a post about it if you do not post it.
Okay. Deal.
Doing it both ways.
Both ways.
Okay. Perfect. Guys, check out Ty's music. Seriously, he is so talented, so amazing. Take the time. You will be in love. The style is, you are so uniquely you, and your style is so awesome.
I appreciate that so much.
Of course. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast, and I'll see you next week.